Hey everyone, I wanted to make a longer than normal haul video today for some items that I've ordered from a new to me website, AliExpress. I mostly stuck with steel dies and stamps, and as of today I've really only had a chance to test out some of the dies but not really any of the stamps, so I cannot vouch for the quality or integrity, and we'll get to that here in a second, but let me at least start with showing you everything. So we're going to start with the steel dies. Now, some of them I can tell are going to cut well, and some of them are not. So the first one I have is this. Pretty simple, great for a card front, double stitch die. You can see that it's not a normal double stitch. Looks like the outside ring is, and then the inside ring it's more of a squiggle. So I'll have to test that out and let you all know how I think. But a good number of them, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if that's correct. Yeah, 7. One thing about this website is that price point wise, you can't beat it. It's very, very, very inexpensive. The unfortunate part is quality, maybe, or more than likely, that begs to be seen. And then the other part of it is also time frame, because all of these products are coming from China. And because of that, you have to anticipate a good month, 3 weeks to 6 weeks at least, for it to actually come to you. So if you were gonna, let's say, get something to make for Valentine's Day from the website, it probably won't come in time, and there goes your plan. So just make sure you give yourself at least a good season or two out so that you aren't stuck in a situation. So that's the first one. I got another die set. This is a rounded square with a stitch. It's a single stitch. And this one also has 3, this has 6. And unfortunately not enough for an actual card front, but more of an accent or a tag. I'll have to play with this one. Postage stamp. And I don't think I paid more than $3.50 for any of these, to be honest. So if that gives you an idea. This unfortunately is not big enough for a card front. It measures about, what is that, 5 inches by 3 1/4, or 3 3/4 approximately for the largest one. This one I got very late in the process, and I can already tell you, just based on the thickness, I am having my doubts about it. So we will see how that goes, and if this is actually something that'll cut. But you can tell, I mean, they're very, very thin, and they also have a stitched edge, but I'm a little concerned, so we'll see about that. Let me see here. I had a couple other dies there. All right, so let me go with this. Now, this one I actually have had a chance to test. I made Christmas tchotchkes for my team at work, and this cut wonderfully. It was perfect. I have no complaints about this. Probably $1.50 for this. And if I had some actual samples, I would show you, but definitely recommend this cut. I also used this, which was wonderful. As you can see, it's a little used and some of my washi tape on there. This makes a gable box. And this one, which is more like a milk carton style. This one was good too. It didn't do as well as scoring as the other dies. It wasn't bad, but this wasn't the easiest to assemble when I was making them, so just an idea, or just to let you know. I had this one early. I got this one early for Valentine's Day. Now it makes a little box and then folds into a heart that will close at the top. So this is perfect, but when I looked at it and the sizing of it, the inside square measures about 1.5 squared, and the depth of it is pretty shallow too. So I really don't know what I would enter in to put in that, like as far as candy or treat. So I'll have to play with that as well to figure out what will work and what won't. So, but I mean, hey, it was cheap and it gives me options. I actually started using the website specifically for holiday items because I didn't want to pay a lot out of pocket. So you'll see a lot of these things are Christmas or holiday oriented. Unfortunately, some of the things I was really counting on came way past the holiday, as in last week. It's now January 6th or 7th, I don't know, but so again, that's why it's so important. Make sure you do it a season or two out so that you're not put in this situation. So I got this die from one of the companies. It's a sun and a rainbow with stitched edging. You know, I obviously have seen this with a number of different companies for a large amount, or more than what I paid. So and they're perfect for a card front, size-wise. So this next item was a little bit. I thought, oh, I can fold it and I can make wreaths on the front of cards. But really, after I saw what other people were using it for, I think I understand more that what people will do is cut multiples of these and then stack them in a pattern to actually make a tree, if that makes sense, like an actual 3D Christmas tree with the star on top. So if I make one, I will be more than glad to post it in the next video just so that you have a visual. But the snowflakes and everything alone, or just use it for wreath like I intended. I also like the star. I prefer roundish stars as opposed to very square. I don't know why that is, but that star definitely caught my eye. I'll put this up in a little bit. All right, so a couple more dies, and then we'll jump to the stamps. So here's one. That was an ornament. The largest one being about 4 3/4 by probably 4 1/2. So, or 4 1/4 looks like, which is really good size. And there are 5 of those. Very nice. Here is a bow set. Now, when I first got the bow set, I thought it was going to be a little larger. So, very small. So I'll have to figure out, you know what, it probably would be perfect for the tops of these ornaments. If I wanted to put a bow at the top of those for a card, that might work. But aside from that, I'm probably not going to use these very often. But hey, it's good to have in your stash, right? Now, the company I bought these from, I had ordered one set of clouds, but they shipped me 2. And after I looked at the complete order, I was also missing a set of dies, so I think that they mix it up. The good thing through AliExpress is that you have an option to dispute it directly with the merchant, which is what I'm going to do. Actually, 2 things from one particular merchant didn't show up, so that'll be what I do here shortly. And then I'm going to wait on this next set of dies here in a moment. Let me actually move over to the stamps. Now, from what I learned after the fact, after I placed the order and everything, I have been informed that some of these stamps are knockoffs of major American stamp companies and their designs. So I mean, I knew that some of them looked familiar, and I was like, well, you know, you never know. People may borrow from others, but some of them are clearly, yeah, total ripoffs. And I will show you now after I looked at what I ordered and the legitimate, authentic version. So here's the first one. I don't know if this is picking up. Let me see. I think that's going to be a little too busy. Nope. Piece of white paper when you need it, right? see if I can find something to fix behind. Yeah, for now. So this one is a little dog and cat stamp. Let me actually open this up. So evidently this is a My Favorite Things designer. And I actually probably got a lot of things that are unfortunately My Favorite Things. But the stamp set that I guess is My Favorite Things are two different ones. One's that's a dog and one that's a cat. And they are both much larger. So actually I think I probably prefer the smaller version, to be honest. It's cuter for a card front. And I don't anticipate me making that many, pet stamps, but it is good to have. So there's this. And then let me actually show you just some other stamps. An emoji stamp set. Versatile. There must be a thing with pigs. Let me show you these seasonal ones too. This one was one I got for the holidays. That came a little too late. Really cute. I'm totally going to use this next year. Here are my rounded stars. This one. Now this looks really familiar to me, so I'm not sure if this is a company. The design itself is a little familiar. I don't know. If one of you know where this might be from, feel free to put it in the comments. But it looks familiar, but just I can't place it. Here's another one. I love those clouds. This is a little awkward with just the one side of the castle, so I don't know how I'll get around that to make an actual image of. I don't know. You'll see when I come up with it. All right, so a couple other flower ones. So a lot of different companies now are doing these layering stamps, and what's really great is they will let you clearly know which images go together and what order to do them in. 1A, 1B, 1C, and so forth. Looks like roses to me. Actually, they all kind of look like roses. Well, actually, probably not now that I look at it. Some really great images. I can't wait to play with them. I bought the new, not new anymore, but the Tim Holtz stamping platform, so this will be wonderful to try out with that. We've been in the process of moving, so I finally have most of my stuff set up, so I can actually start getting some stuff together. And obviously, as you can see on my desk, I went to Michael's recently and got some Valentine's stuff to start making Valentine's items for my teammates. All right, so let's go to these other stamps, I think. So these I all bought from one particular merchant on AliExpress, and it took them forever to come to me. But again, all of them are super cute. Actually, I'm missing one. Let me see here. Let me show you these first. Now, I know, and if you've seen any of my other websites, I bought this after, and I know that this looks very, very similar, if not exact, to the design or the style of the greeting farm, which, as I'm sure, again, if you've watched my other videos, you know I'm a big, big fan of it. These are smaller, and I don't think this is an exact, I don't remember these images exactly. I should have pulled out one of the ones I have just so that you have an idea, but I will compare them and see quality rise. Now, I don't know if the video is gonna pull it, but if you angle it in such a way, you should be able to see that the material that they use for the stamps all has these horizontal lines built into the material. I don't know if that's coming up or not, but it's a little odd, so I'm a little worried, but we'll see. And this cute little pig one, totally can use that. And you can see there's some imperfections. Like there's a little chip out of that stamp. I don't know how that'll impact the image. We'll see. And this one doesn't have the little lines like the other ones do, so I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, but here's the bulk that I got from one company. And again, I know these are my favorite things now, so another little pigs. Great images. It looks like a little discoloration that I just noticed. Huh. And in this one alone, I don't know if you'll see it, there is clearly air bubbles that are part of the stamp that I bet are going to impact that. You'll probably see it a little better from the back. Yeah, not good. So there's that one. I really got this one specifically for the turtle and the pineapple. Those are adorable. But this one also has air bubble, air pocket, little issues. Alright. Elephant. And that brings me to one of the last dies I got. I got this die set 2 from the same company that coordinates with this, so that you can probably see the below. Oh, actually, no, it's not this set. It's another one coming up here in a second. Elephants. This one is the one I bought the die set for, but of course it did not come in, so that's the one I'm going to have to open to dispute on. And again, you'll see the pattern of rounded stars. Such great sentiment. Here's the one that I bought the set for. I haven't opened this yet. Let me take a look. I feel pretty good. And they look like they're spaced appropriately, so that's a good sign. Yeah, so there's that. We'll see how the others are. I'll do a new review after I actually try them out loud. So there's that. Then we have this. A bear one. Could be birthday or Christmas technically, I guess, right? That's really cute. I guess it's designed for birthdays, but you know. And then this last one is a pirate one. Does that other one have a parrot on it? This other one had a parrot too. Maybe I can have them converse. Maybe. Those two. Who knows? So there's those. And that's actually all. Oh, I got a couple other things that came in last week. Very, 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 very late. And you can see I was so excited for this one. This is the one I wanted the most. And of course, it's the one that I got last, because it had all these really nicely scripted sentiments for the holidays that I wanted to place on tags and then put on my tchotchkes, but of course didn't work like that. That's all right. At least I have it in my stash and I can use it next year. That's a great one. Holly jolly. Yeah, so really cute. And then this birthday die cut, what I'm hoping to do, and I haven't measured it, is to get the shaker pouches or pockets so that I can use them to cut out and make birthday cards with a really simple effect. And then the last one that I've received is this gumball one. open this because that sticker's kind of in the way. Really super cute. So that you can place little faces on the individual gumballs or not. It's a little violent. Is that a coffee cup? Who knows? And then you also have an individual one if you wanted to do a layering effect. Really cute. I should have looked to see if they had like a cutout for that, but we'll see how this one is. And that's really it. The only other thing I bought recently as far as stamps, I went to Michael's after the holiday and I got this. Now I bought it and I may have to go back because I thought it was 80% off. It was in the 80% off section, but when it rang up, I didn't realize that they used my 50% off coupon on it, not the 80% off. So obviously, no. So this is Mama Elephant. And one thing that I think I would probably still buy the Mama Elephant version is because they have the mirror images of them so that you can, if you were to make these and put them on string, I think somebody made a card of it. I'm not sure if it was Jennifer McGuire or Christina Werner, one of them, that these things would spin inside of the card because you had the mirror. And these unfortunately only cut, well, maybe I can tinker with it. I'm sure someone will show me how to mirror stamp. So there's that option. But that's all my haul. Hope you liked it. I know it was a longer video than normal. Great website. Again, just do your research on the products and maybe order something small so that you can test it yourself to see if it meets your standards before you do a big order, which is probably what I should have done. Have a great one.